Hey there everybody, this is Dan Kalmeyer with highschoolmathteacher.com, and today we're going to plot a point in a coordinate plane. So, coordinate plane, if we don't remember, is the vertical and horizontal lines running side to side. And this is made up of our x running sideways and our y axes. Now I know if we were drawing with straight lines they would look a lot straighter than this, but I think most of us sketching on a piece of paper, most of our graphs look fairly closer to this than they would to a ruler-based straight line. But in any case, coordinate plane made up of 4 sections here. If we take our x and our y axes and split them up into 4 different sections, we're going to start with coordinate 1. And then we rotate counterclockwise around our coordinate plane, moving into coordinate 2, and you'll notice that we label these with Roman numerals. Coordinate plane moving right around, we get to quadrant 3, and last but not least into quadrant 4. Alright, so now that we know that we've got our 4 quadrants in which we'll draw our coordinates, we can go ahead and take a look at some problems. So our first one, if we're asked to graph point A, and point A is given to us as the point 7, 1. Alright, so here's our problem. We want to plot the point A, which is given as 7, 1. A couple things to notice here. Again, coming first are our x coordinates followed by our y coordinates. So if we remember over here on our coordinate plane that sideways is x, if we go to the right, that's going to be our positive x direction. Moving up is going to be our positive y direction. So what this tells us to do is we're going to look at the 7, we're going to go 7 units. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we're going to go 1 up, and we're going to find the point where those 2 units intersect, and we're going to make a dot. We would label this point A. Now, you're also often asked to describe the point, alright? So we want to say, where on the coordinate plane is this? Is it on the y-axis? Is it on the x-axis? This is going to be, you guessed it, quadrant 1. Alright, let's try one more. So let's see what happens if we're asked to plot point B. If point B is -4 for our x value and 0 for our y value. So a little bit different here when we have 0 as one of the values for the y, but also something else going on here. We've got a negative value for the x. So if we look along here on the x-axis, we're going to need to move to the left this time since it's negative. So we're going to go -1, 2, 3, 4. And now this time, since the y value is 0, we're not going to go up, we're not going to go down. We're going to be right on the x-axis. And our mark will be right here at -4, 0. We would label that point B. And when we were asked to describe where are we, we're not in a quadrant. We're in between quadrants 2 and 3. When we have to describe this, we're going to describe ourselves as being on the x-axis. Alright, not in quadrant 2, not in quadrant 3, but halfway in between, lying right on the axis. That's the x-axis. Alright, let's try one last problem here, just to make sure we really understand exactly what's going on. Let's try point C. And point C, let's try 3, -9. Alright, so if we look at this, which way are we headed on the x-axis? To the left or to the right? That's right, we're going to the right 3. And are we going up or are we going down on the y-axis? If you said down, you've got it right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see if we're going to run out of room here. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We ran out of room just by a little bit, but as we all know, the x and y axes go on infinitely down forever, up and down in both directions. So 3 to the right Down 9, we make our dot. We got to label this. This is point C. And for the last time, which quadrant are we in? 1, 2, 3, 4. We're down here in quadrant 4 for point C. So there you go, plotting points in the coordinate plane. We have points in quadrants 1 and quadrants 4 as well as on the x-axis. If you enjoyed this video and learned from it, please check out the rest of our videos there at highschoolmathteacher.com, your online resource for high school math.